Apparently, the White House and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi reached a tentative 2-year budget deal that would actually raise spending caps by $320 billion and suspend the debt ceiling until after the election. So this debate will not have to happen until after the election on July 31st, 2021. And again, it will increase the budget $320 billion. In fact, Trump tweeted the following: "I'm pleased to announce that a deal has been struck with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on a 2-year budget and debt ceiling with no poison pills." That's an important part that we'll elaborate in just a minute. This was a real compromise to give another big victory to our great military and vets. Now, he mentions military and vets because he wanted to increase spending on the military, and that is exactly what he received through these negotiations. Also, there are people who are upset about this. Senator Patrick Leahy, a ranking Democrat on the Senate Appropriations Committee, is not happy. He said that he was furious with the deal and would not block Trump from using, or he's furious because it will not block Trump from using the funds on the border wall. And some Republicans are upset as well, including Study Committee Chairman Representative Mike Johnson, who said he's angry that this package actually adds more money to the debt.
Yeah, so I'm mixed on it. This story just came across the wires, as they used to say. So
internets.
We're gonna have to study the details a lot to see what Pelosi and Schumer compromised on. Look, I'm not opposed to the idea of a compromise, and here when you look at it from a big picture perspective, they did get extra spending put in, which the Republicans claimed that they were dead set against. Trump claimed he was dead set against. So that appears to be a victory. Leahy, who in the old days was considered pretty progressive, these days probably considered a moderate, being this mad about it gives you pause. But every one of the right-wing groups is furious. They say, no, we shouldn't have given any extra spending, but they always say that. And so the reason they made the deal, I'll tell you that, that's the easy one. Trump, when he said he was gonna balance the budget, never meant it. And he likes to cut spending just to be cruel and rile up his base. So he's like, I don't know, let's cut money from things that help regular people. And people are like, yeah, right? But does he really wanna pick those bigger fights? Does he wanna make tough choices? Like, hey, well, if we're gonna give $2 trillion in tax cuts to the rich, should we cut the military? Well, he doesn't wanna make that choice. He just wants to, he's a con man. So he's like, yeah, you get everything. You get everything. The rich get their tax cuts. I don't touch the military. We don't touch any of our priorities. And so I'm not at all surprised he did this. And of course, he's blown up the deficit just like we told you he would. But it's not a matter of Trump. I told you any Republican would. I told you they never, ever meant balancing the budget. They don't. And I was proven right for the 1,000th time on this issue. The reason I frame it that way is because the mainstream media still is the marketing arm of the Republican Party, because in every article they'll talk about how the Republicans want to balance the budget. No, they don't. They've never balanced the budget. You know the last Republican president to leave office with a balanced budget? Dwight Eisenhower, okay? So the fun trivia fact for you guys to impress people with, they don't care about balanced budgets. It's all a lie. It's all about tax cuts for the rich. That's what Trump did. He's like, I got paid. All my friends got paid. All my donors got paid. The rest is irrelevant. You want to do a deal? We don't cut spending? Sure, who cares? Oh, and I get the wall? Sure, fine. So on the other hand, at least getting some increased spending so that the cuts are not as draconian. Okay, I get that's a positive. The rest of the devil is in the details.
Right, I agree on that. But one thing that is clear as of now is that there will be increased spending on the military, which already gets quite a bit of spending. And the fact that there wasn't really much of a debate on that, I think tells you just how much Democrats and Republicans are in cahoots on military spending. There's never a debate. There's never a debate. When it comes to our healthcare, when it comes to education for our kids, when it comes to anything that would actually improve our lives, when it comes to infrastructure, there's always a debate. There's always that question of how are you gonna pay for that? But when it comes to increasing the budget and adding more to military spending, oh yeah, we agreed to it. No debate.
Yeah, of course not, because the overwhelming majority of the Democrats, including Democratic leadership, are also corrupt. They also take tremendous amount of campaign donations from defense contractors. So the defense budget is insanity. It's bloated. It's more than the 8 other countries that spend the most amount on defense combined don't spend anywhere near as much as we do. We overwhelm the rest of the world. Why? Like to have some sort of great military advantage? No, we got mauled in Iraq. We're still mired in a quagmire in Afghanistan. No, is it to support the troops? No, another fun/disastrous fact for you is that incoming troops get a salary of a little over $19,000. No, all of it goes to defense contractors. Almost all of it is corruption. So Schumer and Trump are like, oh, you want to do corruption on defense budget? Deal, right? And all their donors are ecstatic over it. So of course they didn't challenge him on that. That's not at all surprising. And then one more part that is frustrating is the debt ceiling. So I'm most frustrated again by the media here because they pretend like Republicans have principles. So whenever a Democrat's in office, they're like, no, that's it, we're not raising the debt ceiling. No way, no way. You gotta cut spending, right? And then the Democrats, since they took that hostage and the whole economy would blow up if they don't raise the debt ceiling, they give ransoms left and right. When a Republican's in office, they're like, yeah, raise the debt ceiling, who cares? Not an issue, not remotely an issue. Don't care about the debt ceiling, let's move on, right? And the media's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't make sense. The Republicans are full of crap and they take hostages every time and they have no principles other than giving everything to their donors. So that part I couldn't be more tired of. Last thing I want to say is about the numbers. So Trump said, oh, our budget is in fantastic shape, fantastic. Obama destroyed the budget, right? Okay, as usual, total lie, moron, etc. Let me give you the actual numbers. When Trump took office, there's the debt, which is all of the money that we owe. The deficit is the yearly amount that we are in the hole. So the debt was $19 trillion. By the way, largely because of Reagan's tax cuts, George W. Bush's tax cuts, the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, and Trump's tax cuts. That is a huge percent of that 19 trillion that we owe as a country. Why? Because they had to give it all to the rich and the defense contractors. Anyway, you know what it is now? Well, it's got to be lower because Trump's so good at it, right? Oh, we're great with the budget, right? No, it went up to $22 trillion. What happened? Way worse than Democratic president. Are you kidding me? Bill Clinton balanced the budget. He left Bush with a surplus. So now,
fake news. This is fake news.
Yeah, of course, that's what he'll say. Obama's last year, he left a deficit of $587 billion. Now, if you look at that by itself, and the Republicans do this all the time. I can't believe it, $587 billion. Look at the Democrats, they can't do the budget at all, right? Now, what they don't tell you is Bush took the surplus that Clinton left behind and left Obama in his last year with a $1.2 trillion deficit. So Obama lowered the deficit from 1.2 trillion down to 587 billion. So did Trump make it better? Of course not. Guess what it's back to this year? $1 trillion. The Republicans never balance budgets. They are lying that they care about that. It is in their actions. What do? They blew up the debt, they blew up the deficit again. Why? Because my donors needed a $1.9 trillion tax cut. Media, do your job. Do objective reporting on what actually happens, not on the propaganda that the different parties give you. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.